Welcome to Chronicles Explained. Who is Lilith? A demon of ancient myth, a forgotten goddess of power, or a feminist icon reclaiming her story? In this video, we dive deep into the mystery and evolution of Lilith. Her journey spans ancient Sumerian texts, Jewish folklore, medieval mythology, and modern feminist thought. Stick around to discover how one name has inspired fear, reverence, and empowerment. And before we dive in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into mythology and untold stories from history. Now let's begin the journey of Lilith. Lilith's earliest known appearance is in Sumerian mythology. She is mentioned in the Epic of Gilgamesh, where a figure called Lilitu appears. Lilitu is described as a wind spirit or night demon. She is associated with storms, desolation, and the wilderness. These early images were not clearly evil, but wild and untamed. In Akkadian culture, she became more clearly linked with demonic traits. She was said to prey on infants and pregnant women. Lilith amulets were even created to ward off her harmful influence. These portrayals painted her as a threat to domestic life. But even then, her figure was complex, both feared and respected. The most famous version of Lilith comes from Jewish folklore. She appears in the alphabet of Ben Sira, a text from the 8th to 10th centuries CE. In this tale, Lilith is Adam's first wife, created from the same earth as him. Unlike Eve, she was not made from Adam's rib. This gave her an equal standing with him in creation. But trouble arose when Lilith refused to be subservient to Adam. She demanded equality in all things, including their intimate life. Adam refused, insisting on his dominance. Lilith, unwilling to yield, spoke the name of God and left the Garden of Eden. She fled to the Red Sea, where she was said to consort with demons. God sent angels to bring her back, but she refused. As punishment, she was told that 100 of her children would die every day. In revenge, she became a demon who targeted newborns and pregnant women. This story cemented her status as a symbol of rebellion and danger. She became a cautionary tale of what happens when a woman defies patriarchal norms. The dark side, Lilith as demon. Over time, Lilith's image became more sinister. She was blamed for crib death and complications during childbirth. In Kabbalistic texts, she was portrayed as the queen of demons. She was often associated with lust, seduction, and forbidden sexuality. She was said to seduce men in their sleep and steal their seed. This reflected cultural anxieties about female sexuality and autonomy. Lilith became a scapegoat for male fears and desires. In Christian demonology, she was sometimes identified with the succubus. Even in modern horror stories, Lilith appears as a vengeful spirit or seductive demon. But is this the only way to see her? Some scholars and feminists have reinterpreted Lilith not as a demon, but as a goddess. They argue that she may have originated from earlier Mesopotamian goddesses. These included Inanna and Ishtar, goddesses of love, war, and fertility. The theory suggests that Lilith was demonized as patriarchal religions took over. As women lost spiritual and political power, powerful female figures were recast as evil. In this light, Lilith represents a suppressed feminine divine, a goddess who refused to be silenced or controlled. Her banishment becomes symbolic of women being pushed to the margins of history. Reclaiming Lilith means reclaiming lost aspects of womanhood and spirituality. In the 20th century, Lilith was embraced by feminist thinkers. They saw her as a symbol of female independence and defiance. She became a figure of empowerment for those challenging patriarchal systems. Books, songs, and art began to reinterpret her story. She was no longer a demon to be feared, but a hero to admire. In the 1990s, the Lilith Fair music festival celebrated female musicians under her name. Writers and artists presented her as the first woman to say no, a woman who chose exile over submission. a rebel who made her own path. Modern witches and spiritualists also invoke Lilith in rituals. They see her as a force of transformation and personal power. Her name is used in empowerment ceremonies and feminist literature. Lilith has become a voice for those who feel silenced or erased. She reminds us that being feared is sometimes the cost of being free. Lilith's power lies in her many faces. She is the outsider who chooses exile over obedience. She is the wild spirit who refuses to be tamed. She is the mother of monsters or the mother of truth, depending on the lens. Her story raises deep questions about gender, power, and myth. Why was she erased while Eve was celebrated? Why was her voice labeled dangerous? These questions resonate in today's world. Lilith's myth speaks to women's fight for equality, recognition, and agency. Her name continues to echo in conversations about freedom, consent, and choice. Today, Lilith appears in books, films, TV shows, and video games. She features in shows like Supernatural, Lucifer, and Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. In these portrayals, she is often a blend of danger and seduction, but some modern takes show her as complex and tragic. She is not just a villain, but a misunderstood force. Some novels cast her as a heroine, challenging a corrupt world. Artists use her image to critique society and explore identity. Whether as a dark queen or misunderstood rebel, Lilith captivates audiences. She speaks to our fascination with power, rebellion, and the feminine. So, who is Lilith, demon, goddess, or feminist icon? The answer may be all of them. She has been shaped by every era, every culture, and every storyteller. Her myth reflects our deepest fears and highest ideals. She is the question that refuses an easy answer. Lilith remains a powerful symbol for anyone who has ever chosen freedom over fear. Her legacy challenges us to rethink what it means to be powerful, to be female, and to be free. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the myth and meaning of Lilith. If you found this video insightful, please like the video and subscribe to the Chronicles Explained. It helps us grow and bring you more stories from the shadows of history and myth. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning the legends.